Living with a disability can be daunting, but two people in our next story, Justina and Monday, are overcoming visual impairment, striving for success in education and business to achieve their goals. Take a look.
People living with disability are faced with certain challenges, which some see as limitations. But there are many who choose to push beyond obstacles to achieve success. Meet Justina Sule, a 28-year-old visually impaired woman whose parents and siblings are also blind. But she's not deterred from pursuing her dream of becoming a professor. With a diploma in special education from the University of Jos and a recent admission to further pursue her studies in the same school, Justina seeks financial aid from the Nasarawa state government. Impressed by her doggedness, the governor promises to sponsor her education and provide other necessary support.
When I saw the resume about her and her background, I was so excited. So I said she should come, and I decided to pay to sponsor her to read her degree from beginning to end.
With this gesture, Justina is well on her way to achieving her goals and has this to say to other young women just like her.
Education of persons living with disability, most especially those ones with visual impairment like myself, is a very great problem. So the government should, with the matter of urgency, please come to the aid of those ones that are out there like me.
The joy of her family members knows no bounds.
Wannan farin ciki ga Allah, ina godiya. Yau ma ba zan kai ko to da ina ci ma ya zama abu mai dadi ne, amma kai saboda farin ciki ma kamar da ina magana nan ma kamar zo da awaye, amma ba daidai ne zo da awaye a lokacin nan kuma ba, sai mai da shi zama abin dariya.
And in the commercial city of Lagos, Monday Obafemi, a 38-year-old entrepreneur, has a rare skill of combining colors which he cannot see to design handbags, footwear and other items, a talent which earns him a place among over 100 exhibitors at the first Lagos Small and Medium Scale Entrepreneurs Fair.
I know that this pink color now, I take the pink, join the black here now. You understand? The edge here now should be purple. Is it right? So I can't see it now, but I know the color that I mix together. I do everything by myself, even though I put the lining and the zip by myself.
For him, his skill fetches him money from the sale of his wares and training of others. He also has a part-time employment with the state government.
I even thank God that I can be able to teach people to use these things to make money. I'm very, very happy.
Justina and Monday are two of many people around the world who are proving that disability is not a definition of one's identity, but something that will go a long way to make life easier for them is the signing of the Disability Bill into law by countries yet to do so.
Well, you're watching Africa 54. Now, for something from the lighter side of the news, stand-up comedy is gaining popularity in Africa. Comedians are becoming household names, earning money and recognition. Ugandan comedian Kenneth Kimoli, also known as Pablo, is one of them. Here's Viewers Pondio.
Comedians are as funny as ever and can turn your bad day into a better day with their hilarious jokes. Inspired mainly by American comedians, Kenneth Kimoli is known as Uganda's king of comedy. He started doing stand-up in 2003, but it wasn't until 2009 when he won a comedy competition called Stand Up Uganda that he rose to fame.
A policeman will say that's being idle and disorderly. A housewife will say those are bad manners.
Pablo, a professional journalist turned comedian, has a quick wit and unpredictability that makes him a natural entertainer.
I've seen very many people who have dropped what they started to come into comedy. We have engineers who have now said, you know what, I have the degree in engineering, let me go into comedy. I did a degree in journalism, mass media, and creative writing. I'm still doing comedy. And also the fact that the international community, as I speak right now, we have very many people who have come into Uganda looking for stand-up comedians. And now, as I speak, we also have Ugandans who are writing on the international scene. We have one of the Ugandans who's a writer for Trevor Noah, who happens to be a lawyer. Yeah. So you can see that I always tell my comedian friends that the future for comedy in Uganda, every comedian should buy shades because the future is bright.
Pablo has wooed everyone with his unique African-infused brand of comedy and humor, selling out venues across Africa.
What's your favorite job?
I helped our neighbor who wanted to commit suicide. He had prepared the rope to hang himself, and when he was about to hang himself, he saw Pablo standing there. I was just 9 years old, and he told me, "What do you want?" I told him, "Go ahead, I'm only waiting for your shoes." And the man changed his mind.
Arthur Lutaro, an independent industry analyst, says the government needs to pay attention to this growing industry.
A team of young, energetic, talented fellows who are really progressing in this industry. And I must say that if the government, for example, has really not seen that potential in them, I think it is high time they started putting eyes on them, because it's one hell of an industry.
15 years ago, being a comedian was not a known profession, and in Uganda it's still a bit informal.
Being a young, of course, and emerging industry, it's composed of young people. These are people who are below the age of 30, most of them.
In Uganda, there are few full-time comedy clubs and no real circuits for stand-up comics to perform. But the burgeoning comedy scene in Uganda is exciting, and it's impressive to see how polished Pablo is for someone who has only been doing stand-up for a few years. Paul Niho, VOA News.
It's time for us to take another break. Before we go, a reminder to visit our website, channelstv.com, for all the latest information day or night. You can also find us at youtube.com/channelsweb. Still to come on Africa 54. They say everyone has a secret they've never told, but when we come back, we'll meet a man who has 1 million of them, literally. Stay with us.